If you're looking to get a broadband internet connection, you'll hear a lot about data.
100 gigs of data.
250 gigabytes of data. 1,000 gigs of great broadband.
But when you're actually using broadband, you might wish you'd asked about speed, how fast you can download. Most broadband ads are vague about speed. They'll say things like,
Trial the top speed.
or,
Super fast.
or...
Being an astronaut.
Wait, what? And when you do find the actual numbers,
100 megabits per second.
25 megabits per second.
12 megabits per second.
you'll also see the magic words.
Up to.
So, what are they up to with that up to? Well, in the words of Optus,
You will not be able to download at the maximum speed the vast majority of the time.
so I guess when they say yes, they mean no, the vast majority of the time. And Optus are not alone. Telstra call their speeds a theoretical maximum.
So I'll be able to download at 25 megabits per second, right?
Theoretically.
And almost every provider's fine print warns that your speeds are affected by
Factors including the number of people using the network, your home cabling, your hardware and software, where the data's coming from, and how far your home is from the company's gear. This information Superhighway Report is brought to you by the...
Come on, mister. Aren't you finished yet?
You might be able to improve some of these things yourself, or with the help of your broadband provider. But one thing you can't control is demand on the network, like the number of people trying to download the checkout. I mean, the number of people trying to download Game of Thrones. So obviously your internet is slowest during peak periods, which is pretty much any time you want to use the internet. And during those periods, you're not interested in the maximum speed you could achieve. What matters is the minimum speed you can accept.
In the UK, broadband plans have to guarantee a minimum speed. And if you don't get that, you can cancel the contract without paying a termination fee. Toodle pip.
Australia doesn't have a rule like that, and none of the broadband plans we looked at guaranteed users a minimum speed. So if you're not happy with your internet speed, the Australian Communications Consumer Action Network recommends using speedtest.net to find out how slow it is. If it's slower than you expect, contact your provider to see if there's anything they can do to improve your connection. If you're not happy with your provider's response, remember, the ACCC says,
Advertise maximum speed should correspond to the speed that you actually get, even in peak times. And disclaimers like up to don't necessarily get you off the hook.
when Optus advertised NBN-like speeds on their cable plans, the ACCC fined them, because actually their speeds were nothing like the NBN.
NBN, what's that? National Bad Network?
If you bought one of Optus's NBN-like plans, you can now break the contract for free and be refunded your setup costs.
Woohoo!
For everyone else, if you've contacted your provider and they haven't sorted things out, contact the Telecommunications Industry Ombudsman.
We'll give your provider 10 days to fix the problem, which happens in 90% of cases.
And the other 10%?
Gotta go!
Of course, getting rid of a bad provider doesn't mean you'll be able to find a better one. Unfortunately, for some people, the best internet speeds they can get are on their phone.
Okay, buddy. Use of mobile phone while driving a car.
Oh, but it's just a metaphor.
I don't care what kind of a car it is, mate. That's a $400 fine.
Up to $400?